There's actually a shortcut to becoming a doctor. 3 paths: the usual path, the long path, and the shortcut. If you're planning to become a doctor or if you know someone who is, this is exactly how long it usually takes. I'll break it down to small, achievable steps for you so that you don't get overwhelmed. I'm doing the MD-PhD path myself, so I'll show you where that exactly fits as well. Let's break down all 3. The usual path. This is the standard route most people take. It starts with 4 to 5 years of undergrad or pre-med. I have a video here or in the description for the best pre-med to excel in medical school. Followed by NMAT or National Medical Admission Test for the Philippines or MCAT for the US, either on your last year of undergrad or after grad if you want to take a gap year. This is followed by med school applications, which is comprised of applications, interviews, and for some med schools, there's a separate entrance examination. And then once you get into your dream medical school, it is 4 years of medical school, the last year being clerkship. And for most medical schools, you graduate after clerkship. But for UP College of Medicine, we graduate after the 1-year internship, which is also the same for Ateneo ASMPH. And I'm not sure if there are other med schools that do that too, but those are the 2 that I know of. After internship, you do 3 to 6 months of dedicated review for PLE or physician licensure examination. And after that, when you pass the PLE, that's when you officially become a licensed physician. That's 9 to 10 years to become a general practitioner or primary care physician. So now you're actually a doctor, a licensed doctor. Not everyone wants to specialize or manage patients, so you can stop here. However, for most people, they go to public health or policymaking, some into academe and research or grad school, some into hospital administration, while some start their own businesses. Some also start families and never look back, or even completely change careers. And if you're crazy enough, some people go to law school. However, if you want to specialize, that's additional 3 to 6 or 7 years, depending on what residency program you want. Now, that will be a total of 12 to 15 years. And if you want to subspecialize, that's additional 1 to 3 years of fellowship. And now you're at 13 to 18 years. In the US, the exam you take is the USMLE steps 1, 2, and 3, plus the matching process. You can then start practicing medicine during and after residency. Before we go into the shortcut of becoming a doctor, if you find this video helpful, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment to support my channel and help me upload more videos in the future. For path number 2, the shortest route, it is like a shortcut. No, it is actually a shortcut. If you get into UPCM's INTARMED or UST's LEAPmed or LaSalle's BS in Human Biology to MD program or the newer accelerated programs in PLM and FEU. There's also in CIM, UERM, and DMSF. This is the fastest way in. This is direct entry after you finish high school, similar to the MBBS programs in British system countries like India and the UK. It is integrated 6 to 7 year track, which is half your undergrad, then straight into med school. However, it is highly competitive and there are limited slots. That's why it's not the typical route. So for UPCM's Intermed, it's 40 slots, so 20 males, 20 females. For this path, that's 6 to 7 years total. But remember, these programs are very hard to get into. That's why people usually take the regular route. For path 3, the longest route, the MD-PhD route, this is the path that I'm on. It is the same as traditional med school plus 3 years of PhD work. The structure of my program is 1 year of PhD coursework before med school, followed by the usual 5 years of med school plus internship, then 2 years or more of PhD dissertation. Some MD-PhD students do dissertation work before internship, or even some do before clerkship, so it really depends on the person. In the US, the MD-PhD program is kind of different. The structure is different, so it's 2 years of med school, then you take USMLE step 1, then followed by 4 years or more of dissertation research. Then you go back to med school, like 3rd year of med school, the clerkship level. Then USMLE step 2, then you do residency applications and interviews for national match. This path is longer, but you come out as both a clinician and a researcher. Although you can still become a researcher without a PhD, it's just a different route with like intense training for research. There's still definitely some edge doing a PhD. Just to recap all the things that I've discussed throughout this video, there are 3 paths: 6 to 7 years accelerated, 9 to 10 years usual, and mine the MD-PhD route, even longer but with a research degree built in. And when you add residency and fellowship, any of these paths can reach 12 years or more. If you're eyeing one of the top medical schools like UP College of Medicine, the best and most competitive, your NMAT score is the gatekeeper because we have an NMAT cutoff. Next video, I'm breaking down exactly how I got a 99 plus percentile rank. That's at the top less than 1% of test takers. And that's coming up next. So subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Which path are you taking or planning to take? I read all of them and replies, so drop them in the comments. And tell me what you want covered next. It might just be my next upload. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.